Yep, I'm here. I'm delaying to make sure everything is okay. We good? Everything good? Alright. And I would definitely like to invite, this is where we are. CCTV, Cambridge Community Television, giving you and me access to produce and host your own programming. Now, are you one to possibly co-host a show? Because you would have to sign up, become a member of CCTV, and we would collaborate. Now, is that possible to have someone deal with me on air in a community-oriented sense? Just a thought. And here, let's give you, we showed you CCTV. Now I'll give you the aerial shot. And what else am I? Oh, that's right. Today is 6/6/2018. And with it being 6/6, did I even show that shot? That's the aerial shot. There we go. And yeah, bring you into me, and yeah, you and me, can we collaborate? Is that possible? Or if we have the same mindset to have another individual work with him? Alright, well, with it being 6/6, here, let's show you the next month on my special calendar. Once again, this is a history of racial injustice. Okay, a history, again, too much glare, y'all can see that. This is 2018, and with it being June, and let me just share a few of these with you. June 1st, Friday, 1921. Up to 300 people are dead after whites attack prosperous black community in Tulsa, Oklahoma, and burned it to the ground during 2 days of rioting. My mic's working? We all good on air? Alright, just making sure. June 2nd, Alabama legislature passes anti-immigrant law designed to force immigrants to flee the state. Governor Robert Bentley later signs it despite language that legalizes racial profiling. This is in 2011. This is only 2018. So what am I saying? 7 years ago, Governor Robert Bentley signs it despite language that legalizes racial profiling. Sunday, June 3rd, 1943. White workers at Packard Motor Company in Detroit, Michigan strike to protest promotion of black workers. 1943. I was born in 1962. So my parents or my grandparents had to deal with the mindset of this country at that time. And I'm only making the distinction that melanin dominant and melanin recessive, whether you are black or white. 2011, U.S. Census reports 25.7% of African Americans and 25.4% of Hispanic Americans are living below the federal poverty line, compared to less than 10% of white Americans. I'm harsh. The song for this week: some people live for the fortune, some people live for the fame, some people live for the power, some people just live to be playing the game. I'm too harsh. The 5th of June. Now that was 2011. We're going to 2013. I'm like, wait a minute, this is 2018 only. I'm not talking about hundreds of years ago. I'm talking about 2013. North Carolina votes to repeal Racial Justice Act, eliminating legal remedy for racial bias in capital trials. Let's move on. 6, today, June 6, 2018, today's show, Unsurpassable Justice, hosted by yours truly, Brother R.A., and you can co-host with me. We could get a time slot and discuss these issues, whether you're melanin dominant or melanin recessive, male or female. Can you deal with the content and character and the personality of Brother R.A. and the thoughts I have to say on public access television? So, today, 6/6, civil rights activist James Meredith is ambushed and shot several times during his one-man walk against fear through Mississippi. He survives the shooting. Notice how the number 6 is drawn. The circle at the bottom of the stem. So, let's begin a new time, a new day, a new way at 109 on 6/6/2018. Let's think about how we could collaborate, be more of a community, work together, and be that circle, the completeness, but we're still growing. It's like a seed in the ground, and it's growing up. Six, how is it drawn? The circle, we are gaining the full circumference, the full sphere of all of our brain, all of our mind, activating all of the neurons. Being that round head inside this muscle. Skull, inside the skull there's the muscle, and now we're venturing out into the various aspects of all that this muscle can do. And you don't have to be under some spell. You don't have to be under anyone else's guidance. Let's go on. 111. Let's see. And 1. Are you the 11? Are you the one to tap into yourself and understand there's an opposing side inside yourself? Yin and yang, male and female, balance inside the one. So I'm looking at myself. I'm both sides of who I am. And I'm becoming equal. I'm raising up my consciousness, developing my self-esteem. Read the calendar. Here, I made reference to this last week, and I didn't touch upon this gentleman's book. I would like to definitely add into the conversation African origins of biological psychiatry. The African origins of Now, in the preface, African Origins of Biological Psychiatry produces data pertaining to the diagnosis of the genetic predisposition of historical blackness. World experts in science have always clashed, debating in the origin of man. A geneticist from the University of California in Berkeley, using gene analysis, recently asserted that all modern races derive from an African woman. As far as biochemists are concerned, the genetic evidence for evolution of modern people is so conclusive that the counter-arguments have no validity. There is significant meaning and purpose when Dr. King says the deeper you go into your collective mind, the blacker it gets. The higher you go into the study of the ancient pyramids, the blacker your focus. And then he makes reference to the black dot, the seed, the circle at the bottom of the 6. So, black dot is an ancient symbol for blackness. It is the black seed of all humanity, the archetype of humanity, the hidden doorway to the collective unconsciousness, darkness, the shadow, the primeval ocean, chaos, the womb, doorway of life. This symbol for blackness was the subject of intense scientific investigation over a period of 3,000 years by some profound ancient scientists who were themselves black in consciousness. A long time of highly intelligent scientists studied their own essence and discovered a hidden doorway to their souls and spirits, the doorway to advanced laws and rhythms that span the universe. They discovered universal laws rooted in the black seed, feeding every dimension of time and space. Albert Churchward, 1978, suggests that the Homo erectus, actually the so-called pygmy or the Twa people, and all humanity are the children of the African Twa people. Thus, the vast majority of humanity's time on Earth, many millions of years, was spent in a black African context. Why are we, this is me, Why are we proving or validating melanin dominant is dominant? Let's go into the Tao after I pump up. This is what I'm pushing for. Do you see the Cho Wa tea product line? Harmony is strength. Harmony. Harmony. Harmony is strength. It was pointed out to me in my Tai Chi dance, 108 postures, 20-minute dance, meditation and movement. And each posture is a healing, but my dance is very fragmented. I stop and start, stop and start. So harmony is strength. So if I unfractionalize my thought and become one and allow my body to go into the depths of itself. Before we get to the Tao, 17 minutes into the show, time is not Brother R.A.'s friend. I made reference to Bewitched. Why is Brother R.A. fascinated with the white woman? Or dealing with, I'm talking about if I'm melanin dominant and I grew up since 62 in America, bewitched, twinkle her nose, she's a witch, but she was fine. Or what's her name in this one? Her name is Barbara Bain. Yeah, Came out in 66. They did have a Mission Impossible black man icon and Greg Morris. Harmony is strength. Pulling myself together, understanding all of the media that I've ingested. Oh no, already learn to keep your head above your spine and relax into yourself. The divine teachings of Master Heege Robinson at the Roxbury Tai Chi Academy. RoxburyTaiChiAcademy.com. 76-year-old black man helping me pull my ass together and understanding the depth of dealing with Cho Wa tea, drinking, having my cup at a specific time, 6 ounces of water boiled, have that tea same time every day, and pull myself together with my 108 different posture dance, not stopping and starting, but as a string of pearls. It's constantly flowing. Bring myself together. So, Mission Impossible? Is it? My only black male icon, but okay. Greg Morris, let's give Stephen Hill. This is Stephen Hill, who was the leader of Mission Impossible, and Peter Lupus was in there. And yeah, like I said, the icon, the white female, Barbara Bain, and the fashions and the size of the cars and all of that. Oh, Let's keep talking about harmony is strength as I go into another this, another fractionalization of our mind. Hidden Figures came out in 2016. 2016. We're talking about 3 black women were the computers of NASA? What? I can't even get over that. What do you mean? The black women were here. Let me show you. So y'all get to see and don't say, oh, RA's just talking shit. So, Hidden Figures. Okay? 3 black women. And why is this information just now coming out in 2016? It's 2018. And you mean black women were the foundation even before the IBM computer? They said, where's the computer? Over there, sir, and pointed to the black woman. Very well done. Let's move on, RA. You don't have time to holler and be dramatic, and I gotta get it back today. Y'all can borrow it. Hidden Figures, based on the untold true story. Black women. The minds behind NASA. The astronaut said his ass wasn't going up in the air until the numbers were calculated by the black woman. I'm dramatic. Harmony is strength. Harmony is strength. So, let's move on to the next D. Oh, here's another pleasant story. I mean, melanin dominant people, Mexican or whatever, the great scenes in this movie, the shots very well directed. Yes, a melanin recessive inbred mutant albinos with the calcified pineal gland, male or female, ready to deal with a confident black man who understands who he is and what his role is. Harmony is strength. Can I get more harmonic with more individuals, not racial profiling or diminishing, but have everyone have respect for themselves? Worship the energy within inside yourself. Parallel lines. Deal in the full sphere of the muscle inside your skull, inside your mind. Open your imagination. You don't need to be in control. Bless me, Ultima. Bless me, Ultima. Another dealing with the sea. And, I mean, very indigenous people type of thinking where before the farmer cuts the crop, praise the crop, praise the food. Before you know you need it to live, to survive. But the chi of the energy, harmony is strength. Unite with your food before you cut it, before you farm it. Keep going, RA. Beautiful, beautiful, great shots. Bad country, bad country. Lawless. Lawless hell with the lid off Dixie. Bad Country, this DVD, dealing with the mindless, the melanin recessive inbred mutant albino with the calcified pineal gland not in harmony with themselves, and dealing with rules, control, and domination, being lawless. Hell with the lid off Dixie. Some folks said I'm too harsh. Oh, R.A., you shouldn't use profanity during your show. It's too harsh. Oh, I'm not going to listen to your show because you use profanity. What is your value of me? I got to get to the Tao. I get so much to say. But let's deal with profanity. Profanity, the English language, the Latin language. But profanity, is it profound? What is the distinction between profanity or profound? What is your value of me? I'm just communicating a message, issuing chi, allowing you into me, balancing and pulling together the fractions of my mind, of my individual self, but learning to open up and partner with another. Do I piss off that many people? Rules. Oh, Bad Country. Prison. Dealing with prison and rules. And I just made reference to the Latin and the Greek. And what about words? The English language. But even in looking in the words, G-O-D or G-O-O-D, G-O. Are you gonna go? Are you a go? Now, G-O-O-D, do you have the full sphere to understand? That's two circles. The G opens. There's opening in the G. It doesn't close itself off. You open. You get the two circles, the sphere, the D. Are you going to grow from the circle into the stem and end that way? And understand there's good. And then there's evil. How is evil spelled? E-V-I-L. How is live or lie spelled? L-I-V-E, E-V-E, E-V-I-L, evil, live, L-I-V-E. Is there a parallel? Is there something in the language, in the means of communication? Are you capable of feeling my chi? Bad Country. There was a part in the movie, he says, what about the money? He responds, this ain't about business, it's personal. What about the money? This ain't business. This is personal. Breakout. Children of children. And how are we raised? And how many of y'all saw this one? LeBron James. Ain't he playing? Ain't there basketball? They play with a sphere. Do the players even comprehend that it's 360 degrees by 360 degrees, so it's a sphere, and they gotta put it in a sphere? Great storyline, high school. Y'all can watch the movie. More than a game. What I say today's song is, some people live for the fortune, some people live for the fame, some people live for the power, some people live just to play the game. Cold comes the night. Cold. Am I cold? Am I coming at night? Being a melanin dominant thinking black man? Cold comes the night. Harsh story. And this one, oh my goodness. Gamer. Talking about, Gamer or Surrogate with Bruce Willis. Is life a game? Is someone in control of your brain? Cap on the bottle. Cap on the bottle. Cap on the bottle. 40 hours a week. I can't wait to retirement. Is somebody having control over your mind and brain? I'm the crazy one? People, digital. The whole world, digital. And so everyone has a cell phone. And is there a frequency being sent out that is working on your subconsciousness? Did I make reference to the black dot theory? Look at that image. Did I make reference to him about the black dot, the black sea? Black dot. Defined. Blackness is the symbol by the black dot. Is the seed of humanity. The archetype of humanity. The black hidden doorway of historical unity with one's ancestors. Webster's dictionary defines seed as the source, origin, or beginning of anything. The part of the flowering plant that contains the embryo and will develop into a new plant if sown and fertilized and developed into the oval, new seeds, O-V-U-L-E. Oh, did I say that right? I'm still learning my English because I had a colonizer's man. Oh, did I make reference to that last week, talking about the redcoats that come in, the redcoats? And what were the colonizers that were here? They were called the Minutemen. A minute of a thought. Is that all you have? Do you have more depth to your mind and brain? Or are you being operated and functionalized by the quote-unquote upper echelon? The secret societies. The ones with all the money. That is your goal. I need to make money. But as I make money, I'm going to go to church. Oh, and I'm going to believe in an energy outside of myself. No, I'm not going to give myself the opportunity to delve into the depth of who I am. I'm not going to be equal with those that control. The take. Black man. Just had to pump that up. Rogue CIA agent who isn't afraid to step on a few toes to solve a case while roaming the streets of Paris. Black man in Paris. Y'all figure it out. Let's move on. Time ain't my friend. IT. This was a jack movie. I'm talking about genetic engineering and mind control and black dot. And he was a rich man who had all the cameras in his house for crime control. But then he hired an IT guy, and the IT guy had everything. So he had his 17-year-old daughter masturbating in the shower, and it was played throughout the whole Times Square and on everyone's internet. I didn't make this shit up. We're living this shit. Oh, R.A., watch out with your profanity. You ain't even gonna get. Oh, I am bold. I've seen this. 9 what? Seconds? Melanin dominant from the Twa people to the Bolt. Melanin dominant. Are we gonna catch up in? This is a fucked up show. I'm impressing myself. Let's move on. I talked about the 4 corners of the Tao last week, dealing with positioning, time, in the right position at the right time, dealing with the totality and the meditation of going within the self. Now this week, the Tao. Let's go into present. 328. 328 presence. Lightning rod at the pinnacle attracts power by its mere presence. In the same way, we must work for substance and height. In the same way, we must work for substance and height. If we want communion with heavenly powers, we need only attain the proper spiritual height. If we want spiritual communion with heavenly powers, we only need to attain the proper spiritual height. Then heaven will come to meet us as surely as lightning is attracted to a lightning rod. The effort is only in the becoming, in the purification of our characters, in the reaching upward. Once the situation is correct, union is inevitable. Some people say, who cares about heaven? Some people say, why strain for refinement? Of course, no one is required to make an effort in life. We can all go the easy way. But then we are still lightning rods. Only the forces we attract are not the powers of the heavens, but the powers of demons, misfortune, and predators. No, there is no true reason why anyone should want to purify for spiritual reason. No, there is no true reason why anyone should want to purify for spiritual reasons. The fact is, no matter what kind of person you are, you will attract something to yourself. One of the major ways to control what comes to you is to refine your substance. I've just read present. Let's move on. Umbilicus 329. People consider the navel a vesicle nub and think nourishment only comes through the mouth. Not so. Tao is the great mother. And the vitality untold lies in the region of the umbilicus. The old books called Tao the great mother. Tao provides for us as a mother would. It shelters us, nourishes us, makes our life possible. We are literally tied to the vitality of Tao. Lying dormant inside us are points of concentration. Most people are unaware that concentration on these points will yield specific sources. Cure ailments, alter consciousness, and still the mind. Like a treasure buried in the ruins of a sacred place, these spots only await discovery before they give their owner wondrous powers. One such spot is the area of the navel. You concentrate there, you will find the great vitality comes your way. It will be as if you are still connected to your mother through the umbilicus. The power and tremendous physical well-being will come your way. Oh my goodness. Let's move on. Timing, my friend, God damn it. 52. This is this week's 4 aspects of Tao for me. Last week it was positioning, time, totality, meditation. This week it's presence, umbilicus, and now non-conformity. The world is dazzling. I alone am dull. Others strive for achievement. I follow a lonely path. Followers of Tao are nonconformist. The conventional label our behavior erratic, antisocial, irresponsible, inexplicable, outrageous, and sometimes scandalous. We hear other voices respond to our inner urgings. We have no interest in the social norm. We only care about following Tao. It does not matter if no one can understand us, for we are nurtured by something most people do not sense. Awakening to this inner urge and distinguishing spiritual impulses from merely instinctual is one of the critical goals of self-cultivation. We all have many voices, personalities, ambitions, tendencies within ourselves. The ability to distinguish between them and the ability to silence all the voices save for Tao's is imperative if one is to reach this state of being. Once one is in touch with the true Tao, there are no doubts, and the murmuring of others cannot have any effect. One is as comforted as a child at its mother's breast. The more one walks in Tao, the more one is interested in self-perfection. All that matters is constant cultivation to be with Tao. This is a lonely path. There are others who follow Tao, but it is not always possible to meet them. That is why it takes someone both sensitive enough to hear the call and strong enough to walk the solitary path. Let's move on. 148. 53. Tao. Dang Ming Tao. Daily Meditations. 365. Can y'all see any of that? Okay, timing, my friend. Imbalance. Page 53. Sleepless nights, diet, mind, conditions hold the possibility of correction. Whenever you feel out of sorts, or cannot sleep, or find it hard to work and think, you are separated from Tao. If you want to get back in touch with it, ask yourself 3 questions. Am I eating right? Is my mind tame? Is my world safe? It is not facetious to look at the way you eat whenever you feel out of step with life. Many problems can be alleviated by feeling better physically. And even if it doesn't remedy things, it will give you a good basis for coping. Eat a balanced diet rich in nutrients. Take the time to understand proper nutrition and eat a large variety of foods according to the seasons. The skillful use of foods is far superior to medicine. Next is the difficult mind that seems to have its own interests, habits, and excuses, or excesses, excuse me. Let me read that again. Next is the difficult mind that seems to have its own interests, habits, and excesses. The only way to counter this is to guard against worry, stress, intellectualism, scheming, desires. This can only happen through strong psychological grounding by methodological meditation. Finally, environmental factors such as weather, natural and man-made disasters and social economic problems can break our unity with Tao. To cope with this, gain as much control over your environment as possible. Keep your home a haven. Have control over your workplace and be independent enough to face emergencies. It is inevitable that one will fall and out of Tao. It is inevitable that one will fall in and out of Tao. The wise arrange their lives so that they can always return to balance. I just read Imbalance from 365 Tao. Those were the 4 that I put together on the 4th of June. This is the 6th of June. The 4 quadrants of the mind, the brain, the aspects. So last week I had those 4: positioning, time, totality, meditation. And now this week I have the 4 presence, umbilicus, dealing with the navel, non-conformity and imbalance. Can I integrate those 8, 4 and 4, the inside, the outside, the timing, the positioning, becoming one with myself? Harmony is strength. The black dot theory. Understanding what it means to be a child of the sun. The S-U-N. Dealing with the frequencies. Not being fragmented, but pulling myself together like a string of pearls. Smoothly. So, are you capable of joining Brother R.A. in the state of mind of working towards community? Others that I have read during this month, other pages of Tao: Fear, page 78, Spring, 79, 244, Farmers, 245, Garden, 256, Arbitrary, 257, Breakthrough. Oh shoot, I run out of time. I needed to read Moon. That's what I wish to do, read Moon. 276. Am I going to get to 276 and be able to read that in 2 minutes or less? No, I'm in the last minute now. But let me just give you a flavor. 276. Silver disc. Let me call you goddess. You with your mirrored face. Tonight of all nights, your shape is perfect. Your presence is sublime. You know it too. You appear before the sun has even set. Glorious without your cloak of night, gazing down in supreme splendor to make the dusty world pastoral. Dealing with the moon is talking about raising up the self-esteem or praise of the woman. I'll read it next week. Thank y'all for tuning in. Let me start to pack up, take off my glasses, because girlfriend gonna be coming through that door, and I got to be gone. I got 7 minutes, 7 seconds, and got to be out. So thank y'all for tuning. Oops.